Hello! Still too loud, but hi guys, welcome to Theme Park Talk Live. As you can see, it's just the two of us today. Patrick is not feeling 100%, so we did not want to make it worse and put him in front of the camera. So he is still though with us, but we are going to go ahead and talk about all the gossip of the theme parks, spill the tea, all the hot topics today. Giving a little preview of what's going on, what we're talking about today.
Well, we're still here to give you a great show. We got lots of stuff from Infinity Beyond at the theme parks to some new openings at Universal Studios.
All right.
So we got a lot of fun stuff in store today.
So let's get to it. All right, so it's a little abrupt there, my goodness. All right, so what's our first topic? I'll get the comments pulled up here real quick.
Well, Gavin pulls those up. We're going to go right into all the fun stuff. We're going to talk about Toy Story Land coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios here at Walt Disney World Resort June 30th this summer. As a lot of you may have noticed, the past couple days, ABC and Disney have been plugging real hard at promoting Toy Story Land. We've had The View, The Chew, as well as Good Morning America, all covering different topics. And we're going to go ahead and cover those and reiterate some of those that you may have already seen. And I just want to preface a couple of these topics by saying that some of these images and information you may have already seen, may have already shared them, but we thought it was important to reshare them again.
Of course, of course.
Yes.
All right, so where do we start?
We're going to start with the first look at all the fun new merchandise coming to Toy Story Land. Okay. So Disney Parks blog has only released a few pictures. You can see that we have some Slinky Dog. I wouldn't call those ears exactly.
That's really cute, though. I think his face, it doesn't really look like him in the face, but that is a really cool idea. And I'm pretty picky when it comes to theme park merchandise. That's really cool, though. I like that.
Well, and if you love Slinky Dog, you're going to love the next homage to Mickey ears.
Okay, all right.
We have the green space aliens.
This, I feel like, is going to sell out very quickly. They are going to be very popular, I'm sure. Before we continue, though, I do want to say hello to everyone that has already tuned in. We have Undertaker Punk, we have the Disney Chronicles, hey guys, Jenny, hello, Ross, Lulu, and Lulu says he hopes Patrick feels better soon. I'm sure he will, but he misses you guys. Candace, hello, and Parker, hello. So, yeah, we are talking. If you guys want to chime in about Toy Story Land, it's coming June 30th to Walt Disney World. Please comment below. You guys are our co-hosts. But yes, I think the merchandise looks pretty cute so far from what we've seen. It
is. We got a couple more things. So the next piece of merchandise is a light-up Slinky Dog. Ooh. Now, this is being billed as an accessory, a light-up toy that doubles as a fashion accessory with playful light-up rings.
How is that accessory?
I don't know if it's able to mount on your shoulder like a banshee, maybe.
Okay.
Possibly. No pricing information on this, but all this merchandise exclusive to Toy Story Land.
Okay.
And then last but not least, we have a great preview at some shirts coming to Toy Story.
Now, these look like they're for children, correct? Or do you think they probably would sell these in adult sizes
Your best guess is mine. I'm guessing these are for kids, though.
Yeah, it does look like kids, but that's really cute. I mean, that's really neat that they have. And do they have I Played There opening summer 2018? That's really cool. I like that. That's awesome.
That's it just for some of the merch that we have to show. But we'll just dig right into it. There were some new images released for attractions and rides in Toy Story Land. So we already know about Slinky Dog Dash Coaster as well as alien swirling saucers. But there are now new images of the alien swirling saucers that have just been released.
Oh my goodness.
Now, you know, looks pretty cool, looks pretty fun. I just want to read here to you how this is being built. So yesterday, Walt Disney Imagineering released new images of the highly anticipated Alien Swirling Saucers attraction, designed to look like a toy from Pizza Planet, placed in Andy's backyard next to his Buzz Lightyear Star Command playset. Keep in mind, this is also an e-ticket attraction.
Really?
Aliens fly around in their toy flying saucers while the claw appears overhead. Guests will swirl to the beat of a fun electronic space music soundtrack that includes 8 songs that may sound familiar, but will be heard in a quirky way, never experienced before, alongside pizza details throughout the attraction, including pizza columns, a pizza space station, and the planet Pepperonia.
Oh my gosh. Now let's go back to this picture though, because this looks, it looks really cute. It's very similar to, I mean, they already have this in the other parks, and they also do have something similar to this, not on this scale though. It looks like it's smaller over at DCA, but Mater's Swing, I forget what the official word is, but they do have something at Cars Land like this. But look at the planet. You can see the pepperonis, you can see the green peppers, and you can see the mushrooms on there. That's really cute. You can see even the bottom there is not even finished yet. They don't have that covered up, so that's not show ready, but it is coming along. I wonder what the wait times for this e-ticket attraction are going to look like.
Well, with that, there were also some other new images released. The next one we have on deck is a new animatronic Wheezy, who's set to serenade guests with a rendition of the classic "You've Got a Friend in Me."
Interesting. Now, this is, though I thought this was going to be somewhere like in a queue, but I watched the video that Imagineering put out today, and it's at the end of the attraction. It's not. Did you notice that?
That I didn't see.
It's while you're coming into the unload station, but look at it. It's kind of cool. You can see how they have the lyrics behind them in the book. So everything is, you are toy size when you're in the land, and you can see this. But it looks really cool. I don't think his eyes are going to be kind of like the screens that they use for Mr. Potato Head, as you can see there. It doesn't look like it's going to be. But it looks like they're programming it.
At least he doesn't have to worry about losing any ears.
Right.
Because we've seen how that has gone.
Yes, we have. So Undertaker Punk's excited for Wheezy. Wheezy is, I mean, he's got a great voice. So that's kind of cool. I hope they keep you in the unload station long enough, though. Well, I want to also, so it's very similar to Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. Yes, Parker, that is the name of the attraction I was looking for. It's very similar to that. That's what we're talking about. And then I'm sure that Woody's Roundup is going to be one of the songs. That's what Undertaker Punk also said. So I don't doubt it. So I'm excited to hear the score, because Disney usually does some pretty good music for original songs for the parks.
It'll be nice to see Wheezy, because if I remember correctly, the last time we saw Wheezy, he wasn't doing so well.
He wasn't, so...
No.
I wonder what time... I mean, does this land take place... I mean, you might not notice. Does this land take place during the movie's saga, or is it before? Is it after? How old is Andy?
Andy's backyard.
It's just Andy's backyard.
Andy's backyard.
So it's probably while he's still a kid then. It makes sense.
And then last but not least, there's also going to be some entertainment throughout the day. Sarge and the Green Army Man Drum Corps will march throughout the land several times a day and stop to play Sarge Says with guests and other games with a larger-than-life Pixar ball and crayons. Guests also have the option to join in on their interactive boot camp to see if they have what it takes to become an official recruit in Andy's backyard.
This is interesting because, as you can see, they are not... It looks like they're obviously going to be speaking, but for the longest time, while they roam through Pixar Studios, that section of the park in front of Midway Mania, they've always been silent, and it's all about just body gestures and kind of miming their emotions, and now they're going to be speaking. So that's cool. I don't know why they never did that from the get-go, but... it's cool.
Well, I also noticed on The View that the Green Army men were, I guess you can say, articulated. Their faces were what they were and not covered with green mesh. I'm assuming because of those cast members that happen to be friends with Green Army men may also be friends with other people throughout the day.
Right.
But with this, I'm guessing this is a full day gig. Would make the most sense.
So Ross is saying that Wheezy got his voice back in Toy Story 2, but I think he got sold off in Toy Story 3. Very interesting. So maybe this does take place after Toy Story 2, or maybe during Toy Story... Oh, well, no, because he didn't have the voice then. So, we'll see. Also, I want to point out that someone's asking, I wonder if they... Candace, she's wondering if they will still use Mr. Potato Head. I think they are. I think he's staying put in the queue.
I think he's still part of the queue.
Yeah, I think he's still part of the queue because he's a fan favorite, that's for sure, even though he's up and down with technical issues, but he is, I'm sure, staying put. So, what else do we have? Toy Story. Is that it?
Well, no, we're going to recover some of the food because Disney
a lot of food, you guys.
Disney made a point to actually cover this on the Chew, and they actually had some of the dishes there as well. And now that we have the pictures and everything working, we're more than happy to show you some of these pictures. Okay. So this is going to be some all-American fare, meant to evoke a sense of nostalgia with a new modern twist. Woody's lunchbox includes sandwiches, sides, floats, and specialty beverages.
All right, let's just start going through these, I guess, right?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, I'm starving. This is not the right time to be looking at these. So that looks like it's a grilled cheese, but to the extreme, it has like meat sliced. Oh my gosh, looks like ribs. That's so good. And then look at this.
Yep, we got a lot of sandwiches to go through.
Oh my goodness. Are we going through each one individually?
You can just click through them.
Okay.
Show them off for our viewers. Yeah.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys aren't hungry because... this looks good. This looks promising. This does not look like generic theme park
I do want to
food.
point out this is a s'mores sandwich.
I was about to say, that is s'mores.
And what they actually
That's
did on
genius.
the Chew, they brought everybody a Toy Story lunchbox, and there was one person with a picture of Woody in it. And if the one person with the lunchbox who opened it had the Woody picture, they got a free vacation to the opening of Toy Story Land.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
This is
somebody
great,
had their
guys.
day made. This booth is also sponsored by Baby Bell Cheese. So here's a nice photo that Disney
Those are
released
so
to go along
good.
with
That's
it.
a great snack. They're probably going to be overpriced in the parks, but it's going to be a nice treat, especially because a lot of people do like to eat those as snacks. Dessert-wise, I see we have desserts coming up.
Well, this is also set to be open for breakfast, too.
Oh,
so
this is
these are going to be
breakfast.
some breakfast options.
That's yogurt. Okay.
Parfaits. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh,
And then we
that's
also
very
have
good.
breakfast bowls.
Look at that. It's a good portion size too. So I wonder what the pricing isn't out yet, right? I haven't seen
I don't
it
believe
myself.
so. The
I've
menu is
tried finding
available on DisneyWorld.com. We also have some photos of some sides that are going to be available. Really big on tater tots and macaroni salad. And then they have like house-made Pop-Tarts that are supposed to be good.
Look at this. I know. Look at these comments. People are hungry. Jacob's saying, "Oh, let's not talk about the food. I'm on a 10-day liquid diet to prep for surgery. Oh no, but you guys are terrible." And then Ross says, "Darn, Andy's mom is going all out on Andy's lunches. She is a good cook. She knows her way around the kitchen. Look at this. Oh my, what is this?
I think this is their take on like a cowboy walking taco. Like a Frito pie, maybe.
Undertaker Punk says $3 for 4 2 Baby Bells. I bet. Oh my gosh, that is It's probably going to be expensive. Well, not expensive, but I mean theme park priced. And then what else we have?
So next up we have some beverages.
Look at that.
This is going to be a grown-up lemonade cocktail with cherry vodka, Ottawa lemonade, and black cherry puree. They're also going to serve beer and hard cider. They do have non-alcoholic options, such as the next one we're going to show you. A special alien sipper is also going to be available. It can be filled with any soft drink, including the Mystic Portal Punch, which is Powerade Mountain Berry Blast with flavors of lemon, lime, and tangerine.
That's cute.
For those of you on the West Coast, this is also something out there they have for Pixar Fest.
And it's popular. It's very popular. Yes. And so I'm very happy that we have alcoholic beverages in this land for adults. And Undertaker Punk is Ross. I mean, Undertaker Punk, you're hilarious too. But Ross says that's Mr. Was it potato tots to you? Sorry, I totally butchered that and messed that up. That could have been hilarious. But okay, so we have lots of food. I'm starving now. And cherry vodka, my favorite, Jacob says. So yes, you can't go wrong with vodka, and you need it in a theme park, especially Hollywood Studios, because it's going to be popular once this land opens up. And of course, as we get Galaxy's Edge, I don't think they're ready for it, capacity-wise. Do you think they're ready for it? I know this is off topic, but I mean, it's
Parking, absolutely not.
parking is not
Absolutely
ready,
not.
y'all. But I'm excited to see this new entrance to the park and how it's going to look. I know we had this in here, but I didn't pull it up. But I mean, the concept art looks great, and I wonder, is that, you can see in the corner, Baby Bell is right there.
An artist rendering of Woody's lunchbox.
Yeah, this is
maybe a little
Woody's
different.
lunchbox. Interesting. Yeah, concept art always looks fantastic, and then the real thing opens up. You're like, didn't look too good.
Concept art is before the budget is cut.
Exactly. All right. So, you guys are chiming in definitely about Toy Story Land. The food looks great. I think I'm more excited about that than these attractions because I've said it, and I'll say it time and time again. I feel like what they did was they really, you're putting a lot into this land, a lot of marketing as we're seeing now as we're getting closer, but the attractions aren't groundbreaking. It's nothing spectacular. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cute, especially for the 90s kids, but I don't know. I'm definitely going for the food now.
Interesting to see.
Yeah.
Definitely more family-oriented instead of thrill ride.
Yes.
Our next topic, I actually have a question for you, Gavin.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know the way to Sesame Street?
Do I know the way to Sesame? I do. I think you want to head over and be somewhere near Shamu Stadium if you're looking to be near Sesame Street. I think that's where you want to be.
So SeaWorld officially announced this week they're going to have a Sesame Street expansion coming to SeaWorld Orlando in 2019.
Look at that. That's cool.
This was rumored back in February, but it's officially been announced. Guests are going to be able to meet with Elmo, Big Bird, Cookie Monster, and more. While walking around the renowned neighborhood, guests will be able to visit Mr. Hooper's store, Abby Cadabby's garden, Big Bird's nest, and even be able to sit on the 1, 2, 3 stoop. At this time, details are vague, but it has been revealed that the new expansion will also bring the first ever daily parade to SeaWorld Orlando.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't even read this part. They're going to have a daily parade.
Guests are invited to party along with Elmo and other Sesame Street characters as they parade down the street. Again, exact details are limited, have not been announced, but there will reportedly be exciting new rides, wet and dry play areas, and interactive experiences. Good for the whole family.
That is exciting. I mean, Sesame Street is a franchise, a brand that, I mean, everyone knows and a lot of people love, a lot of people grew up with, and now they have kids, and even some, I'm sure, have grandchildren now that are still watching this show, buying the merchandise, and now can really interact with these characters in the land, in Orlando now. Because Sesame Street characters have already been introduced into SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment through their other parks. They have their entire Sesame Street park, Sesame Street, theme park. I forget what state it's in.
I think it's in Pennsylvania.
I think it's Pennsylvania, yes. But I know that we have something. It's not too immersive, but there is Sesame Street characters already at Busch Gardens in Tampa. And now we're going to have it at SeaWorld. And it's going to be really great. We've had entertainment with Sesame Street characters for holidays and stuff, but this is going to be something, I mean, this is great. SeaWorld is really changing their gears and their focus towards a different demographic. And I love that they're going to have a daily parade. That park is really oddly construed. I don't know how they can do it. I don't think it's going to go throughout the entire park.
I don't know where it's going, but
And it's only Sesame Street. Like that, the whole parade. It's not going to be
Street Place.
Okay. Yeah. Very cool. Very
Maybe
cool.
it'll be like the Superstar Parade. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Undertaker Punk says, I'm going to feel bad for Big Bird's friend. Yes, that's definitely going to be a struggle. Manny says, I'm 45 and pumped to walk on Sesame Street. I think. Are you excited? Did you grow up with it?
Well, I did. I said, wait, Big Bird's friend. What?
Big Bird's friend. You know, if you're friends with Big Bird, you know, might be a struggle.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
You know, I think that's what it means. I don't want to ruin the magic.
I was more of an Oscar the Grouch as a kid.
Oh.
I have a Halloween costume picture to prove it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Candace says, I wish I had little ones to take to this. Girl, you can be a kid at heart. There's no such thing as growing up, really. I mean, when you think about it, you can definitely go there and have a great time without kids. And
yeah, with what they're charging for annual passes, it's affordable for anybody. Let me tell you.
Oh my gosh. So Disney Chronicles, I love Sesame Street growing up. This is too cute. I hope we get more and more concept art for this. I think SeaWorld definitely needs to do that because they obviously over the years have been losing attendance and they need to really just revamp all that. They've been doing a great job. But yeah, this is something I cannot wait to see, even though I won't have kids myself to take there. We'll definitely have a great time going out there. And Miss Walt Disney World fan, hello. Thanks for joining us. I'm sorry, I know you joined. We were in the middle of reading off our thing here, press release. So hello, welcome. We talked about lots of food, so hopefully you missed that if you're hungry because it's going to make you more hungry. So yeah, I'm excited. SeaWorld.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. I really hope it's enough to help drive SeaWorld attendance up.
Mm-hmm.
I know they had a big shift in management recently.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, especially with the Orca program, the way it's going.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Because
that's ending, and that's going to be done probably in 40, 50 years. So we got a while. Manny's saying, with Patrick's fear of birds, will he take a picture with Big Bird? Yes, I don't think he's scared of Big Bird.
Big Bird is a boy, yes? For the longest time, I could not...
I think he's actually technically, he doesn't have a gender. I think that was
But he wears a tie.
Yeah. So that is something we'll definitely take a picture. I don't think Patrick's going to be too scared when he sees Big Bird. You can't be scared of Big Bird. I know that there's probably a lot of people and a lot of kids that are. Let's see here. So Parker's asking a great question, though. Is this area replacing Shamu's Happy Harbor, or is it entirely a new addition? I'm pretty sure in the past, when they were talked about initially that they were doing something Sesame Street land-wise, it's going to probably replace Shamu's Happy Harbor. Sorry. So I think that those days are numbered, and it needs to be. It
hasn't been announced, but I know they're kind of locked.
They are locked on land. It's going to probably be over there in Shamu's Happy Harbor. So if you're a fan of that area of the park, get over there, get your pictures, climb on those ropes, and do it quickly because it's probably, going to be here before we know it. And, Manny says, me too, Candace. My favorite is Ernie. Yeah, everyone has a favorite. I don't know. I liked Cookie Monster because I loved how he would always eat the cookie and it would never go down. He would never swallow a cookie, even though he was always going after them.
I want a Cookie Monster bake shop quick service. I want like Learn How to Recycle with Oscar the Grouch. I want like a stage show.
Oh, you know they're going to do that. It's SeaWorld. SeaWorld's all about conservation, recycling, and caring for the planet. So I'm sure they're going to use those characters. And that's what Sesame Street's all about as well. So this is a match made in heaven. And it's so interesting because Sesame Street is kind of its own entity. It's not owned by any major corporation. And they have their characters and own attractions and lands overseas. In Japan, I know of at Universal Studios. So it's interesting that Universal has them integrated into their parks already. Not here in the States, though. I think because contractually they have, I can't even say that word, in the contracts they have, the States, SeaWorld Entertainment has rights to them. So it's really cool that you can see them now in two different
Don't
parks.
some of those parks also have Peanuts characters in them, too?
Yes, okay. Universal Japan also has Peanuts characters.
Okay.
So it's interesting because they also use Peanuts characters recently for SeaWorld's Christmas celebration. Years past. So, Candace says, I would have to say that Grover is my favorite. Also, according to Wikipedia, Parker says, Big Bird is male.
Yeah, the tie.
Interesting, yeah. Hey, I mean, you know, times are changing. Ellen wears a tie.
Well, you know, they could have a whole, like, couples therapy show with
Bert
and
there you go.
I mean, we can get into it. We really...
I mean, when you think about in-depth, they have definitely some grown-up tones to it, but still family-friendly. But, okay, let's move on, because we can keep talking about SeaWorld and Sesame Street all day. But what's next?
We are going to head up north. We're going to kind of venture away from the theme parks. And
freezing.
I'm not sure if I'm elated or gassy or somewhere in that zone, but we're going to talk about Frozen the Broadway musical and how it has secured 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 Tony nominations.
Ooh,
Tony nominations were announced the other day, and after a successful preview run in Denver and on Broadway, the live stage production of the 2013 animated movie has received nominations in 3 categories: Best Musical, Best Original Score, and Best Book of a Musical. Frozen officially opened on Broadway on March 23rd. The musical score was written by the same couple who wrote the score for the movie, Robert Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez. And I believe they're one of the very few couples to actually have an EGOT, like they have the Emmy, Grammy, the Oscar, and the Tony. Oh, wow. None of the stars were nominated, but the show starring Anna and Elsa, Patty Murin, and Casey Levy as Elsa. The Tony Awards for 2018 are going to be on June 10th on CBS, broadcast from Radio City Music Hall.
Interesting.
So it's very exciting, another great venture for Disney. And if you can't make it to New York, you can still see Frozen in the parks.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, they have a really great production of it in DCA at the Hyperion at Disney's California
Frozen
Adventure.
live at the Hyperion.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's a great show. It's definitely Broadway quality. It's huge. The theater is absolutely ginormous. But it's great that if you can't go to Broadway, if you can't afford a Broadway ticket, you can go to a Disney park and still interact with these characters, have an attraction, and have an experience, and really be immersed in the land of Arendelle. With these characters. So I was a little skeptical about it going to Broadway just because it's already so influenced in the parks right now. But it's cool.
Hey, bring back Frozen Summer Fun.
Cursed Child, Harry Potter Cursed Child got 10 nominations, correct? I believe I saw that.
I believe so.
On Facebook, yes. So they have a lot of nominations for the Tony Awards. And that's exciting too for you Harry Potter fans out there. But
that's a 2-parter play.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
Long.
Yep.
So
get ready to.
If you don't do well with time sitting down, I think Frozen's going to run you about 2.5 hours. I also want to mention, of course, if you're here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, you can see for the first time in forever a Frozen sing-along celebration. And also, it's important to note, Disney has announced the original Broadway cast recording will be available digitally on May 11th, and well as in a CD copy on Friday, June 8th.
Oh my gosh. So Parker says, I love the new soundtrack, and I'm really hoping I can get to New York soon to watch it live. Ross says Robert Lopez wrote Frozen and the Book of Mormon, 2 very different shows.
And Avenue Q.
Yes. 2 very different shows, or 3 very different shows. So yeah, it's very interesting. Disney Chronicles, because we were talking about Peanuts characters briefly, how they are over in Universal Studios Japan, but over here in the States, the the company that owns Kings Island and Knott's Berry, which is Cedar Fair. Kings Island just announced that they will be doing Peanuts Fest, like how Knott's did. It was so popular at Knott's, and they are bringing it to other Cedar Fair parks. So that's exciting.
And they also have Hanna-Barbera in their parks, if I remember correctly. Specifically, like Kings Island, Kings Dominion.
Oh, really?
So the Flintstones, Scooby-Doo. I'm assuming the Jetsons, but I don't think they actually have them there. But
and then Six Flags has the Looney Tune characters.
In DC.
DC Comics as well. Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. So it is... he also wrote Coco. Robert Lopez wrote Coco.
Well, it's interesting to note, so Frozen on Broadway has broken box office records at the theater where it is. And with that, what else was I going to say? New music. So you're not just getting a carbon copy of music in the movie. There have been new songs, new music, new orchestrations written for this show.
I'd hope so, because it's really nice that they're going to do... So I'm sure they're going to probably change even those original songs and kind of rearrange them for the Broadway show, which is good, because you don't want to go and hear the same thing. So have you heard the new music? I haven't even taken
There's only been 2 or 3 songs released, and they're the newer ones. I don't believe they've released anything that's from the animated movie.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. We'll have to see it one day, hopefully.
Well, speaking of breaking box office records, that brings us to our next topic.
Yay.
Avengers Infinity War.
Oh, he's so excited.
For those of you, I want to say lucky enough to see it, but I don't know if I can use that word myself after seeing it. Avengers Infinity War has done very well for itself. It's been a very big week for Disney between Frozen on Broadway, all the publicity for Toy Story Land, and now Avengers Infinity War. After 10 years of films, Marvel's Avengers Infinity War hit theaters last Thursday night and has made a major impact at the worldwide box office. Disney reports totals for Infinity War are actually even higher than originally estimated, with the film making a record-breaking $257.7 million this past weekend at the domestic box office, claiming the title of Best Opening Weekend Ever. In addition to beating Star Wars The Force Awakens at $247.9 million, Avengers also beat the $541.9 million worldwide opening set by Fate of the Furious, taking in $630 million globally.
Oh my gosh.
I would also like to point out this fun picture
that is
tweeted by Lucasfilms, of course, all owned by the same entity. Some could say that Disney has an Infinity Gauntlet of their own with all of the IPs that they own. But yes, so as you can see, that's Lucasfilms handing over a lightsaber to the Hand of Iron Man as the latest box office taking the top. I believe the last photo was Jurassic World handing it over to Star Wars.
Yep. And then we have Jurassic World 2. What's it called?
Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom. It is coming out. So we'll see how that does. I don't think it's going to... I would love it to, because I love the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World franchise, but I don't think it's going to beat... I think it's going to be a while before something beats Infinity War. It was a really good film. It's very popular, and I recommend it. Even though we talked about, I think on Monday Fun Day, where I haven't even seen most of these 18 films that before it, and I still was not lost. I enjoyed it. It was emotional. It was funny, and I wasn't lost. So it was great. It was good stuff. Ross says, Gavin and Jonathan, I don't feel so good. Oh.
Memes give me panic attacks.
It's too soon.
It's
too soon. Don't worry, you guys. We will never, on our channel, we'll never spoil movies for you, just so you know. So if you wanted to hear about what Patrick and I thought of the film, we talked about for a full 30 minutes on Monday Fun Day. So if you want to go back and click on that, you can do that and watch that after this and get our thoughts and our take on it. Patrick is like, he's obsessed with it now.
Courtesy of yours truly, we also kind of put them through the ringer with some Avengers trivia.
Yes.
Which is worth a watch. It's worth a click. So if you haven't had a chance, definitely check it out.
It was funny. It was very fun. Of course, he thought of the questions. They were good questions, though. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, Disney Chronicles Parker. We are like twins. It's like we have ESPN or something. Oh my and then going back real quick to what we were talking about earlier with, you had said about Hanna-Barbera. So it's some Cedar Fair parks, Kings, Wonderland, Crown Winds used to have Hanna-Barbera and Nickelodeon. when they were owned by Paramount, which is owned by Viacom, and so they're the same companies. But since they've switched to Peanuts, since then they've switched to Peanuts when they became Cedar Fair.
Interesting.
So
it's been a while since I've been to King's Island.
Hanna-Barbera is definitely they're not doing too much, are they, these days? So I see that franchise is definitely kind of fading out. I remember when it was here in the parks in Florida at Universal. That was cool.
I sat through the Peanuts movie, and I don't wish that on anybody.
Oh my gosh. Hello, Sarah. Sarah just joined us. Hello.
Hey, Sarah.
So, welcome to Theme Park Talk Live. All right, what's next, John? We got a lot more.
Now we're going to head over to Universal Orlando Resort for some opening updates. So, we've reported on this previously. Voodoo Donuts, Fast and the Furious, both had big openings this past week.
Yes, look at this. Look at Voodoo Donuts. That stage set up and everything out in front of us. I mean, it's crazy. They went all out for this opening celebration for a restaurant/store. But, I mean, the reviews that have been coming in, people love it. It is high quality, very tasty, delicious donuts, and it is a great selection. And they're very creative. We still haven't been. I'm sorry, guys. But look at this. And these boxes, I mean, they're big boxes that you can fill up. And then what's the main thing they're known for, though, John? Because I know that you know more about it. It's the coffin. And you get, like, how many donuts in total?
It's like 3 dozen donuts.
Crazy.
In a wood coffin that they make to take out of the store.
You get to keep the coffin.
You can get married in a Voodoo Donuts if you want to. Like, really? They'll custom make. I don't know about the one at Universal, but they're well known for. And then of course they have vegan flavors as well that are very big. And
then even when you mention that, I think of Taco Bell, because remember there's a Taco Bell as well, the cantina in Vegas that you can get married in too, which is really interesting.
I'm excited when we get our cantina up by UCF, so that'll be really good to see. So Voodoo Donuts, and then of course the Fast and the Furious officially opened yesterday. This is a part of a big, I believe, 2-3 day press event. But yeah, you've had some stars from the movie, including Tyrese Gibson and Vin Diesel, that were there for the opening, as well as the dance troupe Academy of Villains.
Yep.
Well known for Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes, they did a great job. They have been there already for 2 years. I'm sure they're going to be returning this year. And they are a fan favorite. There's lots of videos of them on YouTube, so check them out. It's really great. They performed there. There was explosions. There was fast cars. There was a car chase right in the streets there of New York / San Francisco. So it's very interesting. We have not experienced this yet, but it is getting some mixed reviews. That's for sure.
I was going to say mixed.
It's very mixed. And have any of you done it? I'm sad Dwayne didn't show up. That's what Undertaker Punk is saying. You know, it is sad. But I think there's like tiff between him and Vin Diesel. I don't think they get along. So I wasn't shocked that they both were not there. And yeah, it was only a small portion of the cast. Manny's asking, where's Patrick? You guys, Patrick is a little under the weather today. So he's here with us, but he is just not, we don't want to put him through the hot lights and all the stress of having to talk about all these hot topics. So he will feel better, though. It's nothing too serious, but we just, want him to get some rest. But he loves you guys. He knows you love him, so he will be back, though. Don't worry, for Monday Fun Day when we go live again. So, it's the Shadow Man, Parker's saying. What was the question? That's the donut.
No, is the Shadow Man the MC that was there? Is that who you're talking about?
Oh. I thought you were talking about the donut stuff. That's the Voodoo Donuts.
The Voodoo Donuts.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the Shadow Man. It was so weird seeing them last night without their makeup on, because they usually are all, like, really gory. Well, not too gory, but they're a little creepy for their performances during Halloween Horror Nights. And then last night they were just kind of in their street clothes and still really, really good. They're very talented. I think, what were they on? They were on, I think, America's Got Talent. I think that's where they got their headline, name from. But, oh my gosh, Dwayne's girlfriend just had Dwayne's girlfriend just had a baby.
Oh.
That's right. Yes. I remember seeing a picture of him holding the baby, and you see his, tattoo and this little tiny thing. And he's
that's right.
He's all jacked up.
What's the baby's name? Somebody was making a joke that it was like a girl, right? Somebody made a joke they should have named her, Crystal the Rock. Yeah. But it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it was a girl, but it wasn't. They didn't name her after a stone.
So Ross is saying Tyrese was there. That's why The Rock was not. Or maybe they're the ones that are having the little beef with each other. Who's having the beef?
I don't know. I have about 8 Fast and the Furious movies I got to catch up on.
There's drama. But no, I'm not a huge fan. I'm sure I would enjoy it, but I have not taken the time to sit down and really catch up on the franchise. But the attraction definitely is getting some mixed reviews because it's very similar to King Kong. And but the queue, though, I've heard is really immersive, very cool, very detail-oriented, and has a lot of really cool Easter eggs. And they even talked about that last night during the grand opening celebration. So, yes. Oh, and Parker, the Shy Man was a reference to the Voodoo Man from Voodoo Donuts. See, okay, I thought so. Who reminded me of Dr. Is it
Facilier?
Really? Okay, okay, all right, from Princess and the Frog.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Gotta move it a little closer.
I can't really spell, I guess.
Well, so Terry Koop, who is the senior vice president of Universal Creative, was there doing a lot of introductions last night. He also confirmed that a new Lagoon show is coming to Universal Studios Florida this summer.
We have no pictures for that, guys.
No pictures for that. And then he also confirmed that one of the most themed coasters ever will be coming to Hogsmeade next year in 2019. So where Dragon Challenge was.
Construction is going pretty fast. I've seen some aerial pictures. I've seen some other pictures from inside Hogsmeade by the train station, and it's already picking up. But it's not. I don't think it's gone too vertical yet as far as like enclosing the whole building and what you're going to see. I wonder if they're going to build the track, but they didn't do that with Gringotts.
I heard that they were keeping the castle. I don't know if they are or not.
I think they are.
So
because that's a really immersive queue. It's really big. And they didn't tear it down. I think they would have already torn it down. So
I heard like rumor talk that it could be like a Hagrid coaster, like when he first takes Harry on that little bike. I don't know how they would do that. I've heard lots of different things.
Like E.T. on steroids. That's how that. No, we don't know, but it's going to be interesting. I'm pretty sure it's going to be something that's going to get a lot of people back into Hogsmeade, and we're going to start seeing those opening day crowds like we did back in 2010.
We'll give you a ticket to come back.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna have to go back to the. I wonder if they still during peak times do have those return times for Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley like they did. I haven't seen it recently, but Mike Kerrigan went to the Fast and Furious grand opening. Yes, we did see him on Facebook there. I'm very jealous. That's really cool. He loves that franchise. So they picked the right guy to send over there. That's for sure. I think it's going to be this is what Ross is saying. I think it's going to be the Forbidden Forest theme. So, interesting. And then
it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you had when you used to walk through for Dragon Challenge, you would see the car was there. That's for Dragon Challenge, and then you would even see Hagrid's house is over at Flight of the Hippogriff.
Just keep the giant spiders at bay. Like we can have minotaurs, but I don't need those spiders.
They're already over in Forbidden Journey, so maybe they won't bring them over.
No, but there's like big spiders.
Oh, Undertaker Punk. This is a great question. Maybe you know this, John, because I haven't really been following. By the way, is Pandora still down?
I think it's back up, but I do know that Flight of Passage was back up, but Navi River Journey was down somewhere between 3 to 5 days. Like it was down longer than the other. What I read on Twitter.
And going back to Hogsmeade, Sarah also has heard rumors of it being the Forbidden Forest. I thought for the longest time the rumor was that in the contract that they had to have the Ministry of Magic. That had to be some sort of attraction. And we don't have that yet. And rumors were that it's going to be put over where the Fear Factor Stadium was. So, I mean, Fear Factor I don't think is up and running because I went on the app the other day and it's not as an option. So I don't think it's there or operating right now. So maybe they will get rid of that theater because they're not doing Bill and Ted again. So
I know when we were there a couple of weeks ago, I know it was because I was surprised. Yeah.
So on the app, the other day, I thought so. I was trying to remember, but the other day I went on the app and it didn't provide any showtimes. So maybe it was just down that day, possibly. Maybe they're doing some routine maintenance, preventative maintenance, things like that. But yeah, Miss Walt Disney World fan says that she's heard they're back up, both Navi and the flying attraction. So we'll see. What's next? I think we're going back over.
Thank goodness.
Oh,
nobody could have foreseen that problem, building 2 attractions in one show building.
It's not going to be mean, but no. Yeah, it's not.
I'm not mean. That's a fact.
No, I'm not going to be mean. I'm trying not to be mean. But yeah, that was definitely a weird decision to do that. Undertaker Punk is still mad that Fear Factor is still up. Justice for Bill and Ted.
I know. I would take a Bill and Ted daytime show any day over Fear Factor.
Sarah says a Ministry of Magic would be awesome. My question is, when are these this new Bill and Ted film coming out? Because that was the word on the street that they couldn't do it again because the pricing for the rights of Bill and Ted, the franchise, went up because they're relaunching and rebranding it and putting out new films, and it just got too expensive. And Universal's like, we're not paying that much for the show, so because they can create their own similar style show. Busch Gardens has theirs. It's not as good, but it's still nice to have a comedic relief during Halloween Horror Nights. So I haven't seen any trailers. I heard anything about this film.
I don't think anything's been released.
No, but all right, we'll see. What's next? I think we have like one last thing.
Yeah, this brings us to our last topic, and it's actually breaking news.
Oh.
Just announced today. Night of Joy at Walt Disney World has been canceled for good.
That's an interesting logo.
This is from, I don't know if this is one of the current logos or not. This is the one that was used by the Orlando Sentinel that was announced today. Of course, for those of you that don't know, Night of Joy is a Christian music festival that has been held at Walt Disney World for the past 35 years. Usually takes place in the fall. I believe it's October, November, probably I think more November.
It's the same weekend. It's always the same weekend as Universal's
Rock the Universe.
The Universe, and that takes place usually the weekend before Halloween Horror Nights. So
September.
It's September.
Makes sense.
Early September.
So the event began in 1983 at Magic Kingdom. For a couple years, it was actually Disney's Hollywood Studios, then back at Magic Kingdom Park, and then for the past 2 years, it's been ESPN Wide World of Sports, since they've had some additional buildings made over there. The original plan, I know that when I was working at Disney, was to bus guests back and forth between the Magic Kingdom and ESPN. They nixed that and just held it at ESPN and said you could use this ticket on one of these 2 days at Magic Kingdom Park. Disney has not released a reason other than last year was our last event, and that Walt Disney World's philosophy, we continually change our offerings.
See, they always put that Walt quote in there. There's always a Walt quote for everything. That way people are a little bit easier on their decision. But I think it was really weird. I remember when they hosted it over at ESPN Wide World of Sports. It's like, we get it. This is more a music-oriented event for contemporary Christian music, which is great. But deep down inside, the kids are going, these youth groups are going because the kids want to ride rides and also hear some music. But I don't think they're all going to just be out in front of the castle watching these shows.
I've heard some stories. And I've worked a couple nights in some interesting roles where things have been, calls have been made. The kids are definitely, they're young and they're teenagers, so teenagers do their thing. It doesn't matter what the event is. They're still going to, they're away from their parents and they're going to act up. I'm not talking about that. I just think that they probably lost a lot of attendance when kids are like, I'm not going to go spend money to do that because I want to go to Disney World to ride rides, not to just to be at a concert. So, but I did like how they gave them a ticket to go during the day during normal operation. So that's a plus. Well, because in the past, the events would sell out, just like Not So Scary or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I believe it would be like from 7 to 11 or 6 to midnight. But then they would also lose out on revenue of day guests for those parts of the night. So the past 2 years, they haven't had to worry about that, having at ESPN the day tickets. But last year with Hurricane Matthew, I believe, they had to cancel the second night.
That's right, so, yes.
I think, honestly, it's probably just more trouble than what it was worth.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what Universal does if they continue to have it.
All comes down to the bottom line. If you got to make money, you got to be, it's definitely something they spend a lot of money on the team to set up all the staging and everything like that, the staff itself, operations for attractions, electricity, and then you have the talent. They have some pretty big names, both Universal and Disney, and you got to pay them, so they probably just weren't getting that revenue back.
Some of that talent does perform at Eat to the Beat at Epcot.
Oh, really?
So Food and Wine, like Mercy Me was one of the headliners, and they'll be at this year's Eat to the Beat concert series. Interesting.
But Universal still, as far as we know, hosting Rock the Universe, so it's going to be early September. So if you guys like Night of Joy and you want to do that, you still have options here if you want to go experience contemporary Christian music. And also, SeaWorld does something, Praise Wave. So that's a different time frame, though, a different time of year. I don't know too much about that, but I know that they have their own version as well, which is interesting. I think that might be included with theme park admission because most SeaWorld events are. So you can also look into that, you guys. definitely. But that's all of our topics. But there are some comments that we're going to go back to real quick here because we were talking about the Wizarding World. Sarah once she said that Ministry of Magic would be awesome, and I was talking about how Ministry of Magic would be going probably over where Fear Factor Stadium was. And I asked about Bill and Ted. I haven't heard anything about this new film that they're putting out, but Undertaker Punk says it's in pre-production. They already have a script. That's the last he's heard. So that's promising. Hopefully it comes out. I never really even saw... Have you seen the original? I haven't.
I have first and the second, I think.
Do you like it? I have never seen it, you guys.
Yeah, more the first one than the second one.
Okay. Sarah, you have a great idea. They could do a Tower of Terror style ride for the Ministry of Magic ride. You get into one of the elevators and go through the Ministry. I think that would work great because I think they could do what they've done for Guardians of the Galaxy over at DCA. I think that would be fantastic to use that type of technology and do that for Ministry of Magic. That's a great idea. Universal might see this and take your idea though, Sarah. So, Miss Walt Disney World fans said they got too big for their britches. I think she's referring over to Bill and Ted because that came in right when we were talking about that. And then Undertaker Punk says the Night of Joy logo isn't too in your face, and I appreciate that. And Miss Walt Disney World fan says that they should have left the event over at Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom, excuse me. It's okay. It's so funny though, Miss Walt Disney World fan. I think we talked about this before, back before Theme Park Talk Live. A lot of folks that were here when Disney World opened refer to the Magic Kingdom Park as Disney World and then Epcot as Epcot Center still. And my grandma does it, and I'm not trying to say that you're older at Miss Walt Disney World fan, but I'm just saying that reminds me that a lot of people refer to Disney World or Magic Kingdom alone as Walt Disney World. Have you ever heard that? Have you noticed that? You worked in the contact center, so I don't know if you ever got that.
I heard a lot of stuff.
You heard a lot of stuff. When I was at Disney Cruise Line and I would be booking people land and sea vacations, that was a thing that people would do. They'd be like, I want to spend a day at, I want a ticket for just Disney World. I'm like, well, which park? Disney World. I'm like, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, the one with the castle. I'm like, okay.
I once heard another cast member refer to Disney's California Adventure, who was in a leadership role, as their Epcot.
No.
Yeah.
It should have been. It was going to be Westcott.
Yeah.
But no.
But describe that to a guest.
Describe that to a guest? No, don't do that. That's sad. That's sad.
Very much so.
Parker says that some youth groups can be a challenge to handle, but it's a shame to see this event go. It's true.
Well, the Brazilians are still going to be here. We still have the cheerleaders football. So, yeah, lots of...
I'm sorry, Manny. He says, back to Sesame Street. Will Kermit be allowed in SeaWorld? Kermit is not really part of the Sesame Street. Originally, back in the day, he was... and he's made appearances and cameos, but Kermit is under the Disney franchise of the Kermits, so he will not probably be with Sesame Street.
He's busy at Studios and Magic Kingdom.
Oh, with the Muppets, okay. The Muppet franchise. I'm sorry.
Unless the evil doppelganger takes over.
Oh my gosh. I never saw that movie either.
We own that movie. I
know. We have to watch it. Parker says a lot of Cedar Fair parks do a similar event. Canada's Wonderland's version is called Wonder Jam. And they have some big names. Toby Mac, Skillet, Four King and Country. I've never heard of them. I've heard of Toby Mac, and that's pretty much it. But that's cool. I think it's there's still definitely a niche out there for people to experience, praise and worship even in parks, and it's cool. You get to get best of both worlds. You get to do that, and then you also get to go ahead and ride some rides, get the adrenaline going, and then go see your favorite band perform. I still call Disney's Hollywood Studios as MGM. That's what Undertaker Punk says. I do too sometimes, just out of respect. I miss it. MGM was definitely a lot better than what we have today, but it's a work in progress over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Do you ever still catch yourself calling it MGM?
No, I think I was there after the fact. Because
you moved here after the name change. After the name change, yeah. I mean, I still have people. Well, I had people when I worked at Universal, and they would be so confused. They would show up with tickets to Disney World. And they would say, hi, we're here. And I'm like, oh, this is the wrong ticket. I'm sorry. This is for a Disney park. Well, this is a Disney park. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, well, this is Hollywood Studios. I said, no, this is Universal Studios. They would literally have to turn around and drive back. And I'd have to give them directions how to get on I-4 and get to parking at Hollywood Studios.
It's so sad.
It is sad. It is sad.
Time.
Don't be that person. But it's okay if it happens. I mean, you know, Orlando is kind of confusing, I'm sure, for a lot of first-time visitors.
It's all on I-4.
The parks,
unless you go to
right.
Legoland, it's all right there.
But it's all about planning. Plan your vacations, you guys. If you have questions about that, that's what we're here for. You can message us. Reach out to us. Be our co-host and talk about it on here. But yeah, this hour has flown by. But we had a lot of cool stuff. I'm definitely excited for food over at Toy Story Land. The merchandise looks cute. I want to see Frozen on Broadway. Was there anything else? Anything else? Oh, Fast and Furious. I want to do that, even though I know it's getting those mixed reviews. Do you want to do it?
Just do it. I don't particularly want to wait long.
Well, they have the virtual line. They have the virtual line.
Oh, they do? Okay.
They do.
Because the majority of the queue is outdoors from what I saw.
Yes. Well, no, it's like, it's in a covered area from what I've seen.
No, it's that outdoor disaster area.
Oh,
That's where part of the queue is.
I thought it was turned into a big, like a big warehouse where all the cars are.
No, that's part of the queue where they have like their outdoor picnic.
Interesting.
Or barbecue.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Walt Disney World fan said Downtown Disney instead of Disney Springs. And it's so funny when we went to Disneyland in California a couple of years ago. It was so interesting still seeing everything marketed as Downtown Disney. And I like that. I think it was cool, but Disney Springs is definitely a better name for what they've turned this into because if you guys have not been there recently, it's amazing. Disney Springs is so user-friendly now when it comes to parking and getting around and having options for food and shopping.
Disney Springs is the bougie downtown Disney. That's how I see it.
It really is. Oh my gosh, Jacob says, I still can't get Frozen out of my head. LOL. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Undertaker Punk says, I'm waiting for the blue milk to be announced for Galaxy's Edge.
Probably. They'll do something with a shot in it, I'm sure.
What is blue milk?
Oh, it's from New Hope, I'm pretty sure. From one of the creatures that Luke... Right? Somebody back me up on this. I know they have it at the Star Wars... Oh, I can't remember what it's called. The Experience. The building at the end of the courtyard.
I don't know off the top of my head. Oh my gosh. Miss Walt Disney World fan says, dye milk, but it sounds yucky. Network 1901, hello. It's interesting to see things like Night of Joy / ESPN The Weekend go away slowly, but Dapper Day continues to grow. Maybe Disney is willing to just allow others to create events and not do their own.
Less liability, less religious groups to, worry about.
Exactly. Manny says Morimotos will always be mannequins to me. Yeah. Mannequins, I never got to experience. I was too young, but they have little things like little nods to mannequins when you're at Morimoto's. They have the Lazy Susan that's in a circular that spins around on the tables, just like how Mannequins was known for their rotating dance floor. So that's interesting. So you can go there and still kind of reminisce about Mannequins, but the exterior of the building didn't really change too much. I want to say something real quick though when you're talking about Star Wars. I talked to someone today who shall remain nameless. He has a marketing degree. He's joining Disney very soon. He knows his stuff from what I heard, and he was saying that they're experiencing an issue with Star Wars right now with the franchise. People are becoming less interested in it because Disney's just throwing so much at them right now with merchandise, with all the films, with the park expansion. It's just too much, and so they're seeing a decline in the sales of their merchandise right now. And because Marvel is really prominent, so their Marvel sales are up through the roof. So they're kind of probably might take reins back and not be doing so much with the Star Wars franchise for a while after the land opens, to kind of get the fan base stronger again.
They have so many movies, like I believe there's at least 3 more that are billed. It's between all the spin-offs.
But I mean, that's your problem when Disney's buying up everything now. Fox, and then, which, I mean, it's just crazy. They have so many things underneath their umbrella. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So if you guys are going to the park soon, we forgot to thank our sponsors.
We did.
Our sponsor. So we have Ink and Paint Threads. .threadless.com. Take a look at this. All kinds of great merchandise. All these really cool graphic tees you guys can experience and wear in person out in the parks. And take pictures. Please take pictures while you're wearing them and tweet them at us at Gavin and Patrick on Twitter. And we're also on Instagram. It is definitely something. Summer's coming. Those vacations are coming up, you guys. If you're going to the parks, it doesn't matter if it's Disney or Universal. We have Universal stuff too. You can go and get a shirt and
right now there's a great deal.
Take it there. Yes,
free shipping for orders of $45 or more within the States, $80 or more internationally. That's really only a few shirts, so it's a great deal.
Ink and paint threads.threadless.com right there.
Of course, take a picture with your shirt in the park, send it to us. We'd love to repost it and share it.
Please do.
Show it off.
Please do. Show it off for sure. All right, so some final comments here before we say goodbye for the evening. Miss Walt Disney World fan, Disney doesn't have to pay the music acts. Dapper Day saves them money and also make money if that makes sense. I'm not sure if I
because there's no setup for Dapper Day. Anything they do for Dapper Day is just like, oh, here's a...
It's just pure profit for them. Yeah, definitely.
Here's a step and repeat, or, the event organizers take care of it.
Remember last year, did they do this past time where they had the special lunch boxes? That was really cool that they did. Last year, not this year. I remember Disney was really marketing that, telling people and showing people those really cool themed boxes for Dapper Day, those lunch box options, so you can have a little picnic in the plaza. I thought that was really cute. That was really cool. Undertaker Punk says, no more comments. I know, I feel bad saying that. And Network 1901 says, and they have 2 Star Wars shows coming. It's a lot. It's a lot of Star Wars. It's a lot of Marvel. Disney's getting really big. A lot of Marvel. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I like both franchises.
The integrity of it.
I like as long as it's all about character integrity with Disney. They do really good about that.
And it's funny because there technically have been more Marvel movies in a shorter period of time than there have Star Wars films.
Yeah.
Those span like 40 years.
They're throwing a lot at you really quick, which, I mean, if you are a huge fan of it, I mean, you're in heaven right now. I know you are, for sure. But you guys, we are going to be heading out of here. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Gavin and Patrick. That is where you can know what's going on a daily basis with us. You know when we're going to be going live and what we'll be talking about. And, of course, we want to hear from you. We want to see pictures. So if you do have anything fun going on and anything that happens to you in the parks, let us know through our social media.
Oh, you didn't put the new account on there, the Gavin and Patrick and Jonathan?
No, that's not real. That's fake. That's not real. But we love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for Theme Park Talk Live. We'll be live again on Monday, and we will be doing our Monday Fun Day show. It's Patrick and I, and we'll have a lot of fun there.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Patrick will be back with us next week. Don't worry. He'll be with us on Monday Fun Day as well. He'll be feeling better. It's not nothing too serious, but this was a lot of fun. Thank you for not making me do this alone. It would have been a lot of pressure. I probably would have had to cancel. But we love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe as well here on YouTube and give this video a thumbs up. We will see you on Monday.